Abusuya, Auditor General reported in some about, yes, or the in some abba. Abusuya alleged 68.77 billion. Abusuya and some now the young community in somewhere. Yeah, Kevin Kobadu Taylor of Loud Silence TV. Yes, Loud Silence TV. Abusuya or the some Edia international reporter. Abusuya or the and some Edia about just where we really and Nyoma Abusuya Minum Yeno Yetia. Yem Ebeshi Ankasa say. Abusuya and some are looting. Akoswa enya asem ketwa yenteni na mra tese ha era so aye be media je chabuso beso wase ene dey connect channel so ni do no bo kwan so beso waso be subscribe like na abuso wabo aso share dwumadie no mabo for pension bi atie no anya bi atie na so wa recommend channel no mabo for pension bi atie no abuso omo anya bi atie yenti nkoma ye Kevin Okobadu Taylor o de aba bonten ni big expose yenteni na mra tese ha ECG AfenyoMarkin ona na ye board chair and a Dubik Mahama, ECG CEO. Had you see in the executive summary? Wouldn't you see ECG AfenyoMarkin, minority leader. Shadie. This is the Auditor General's report, and I'm Troy. Let me read this to you. Part 2: Summary of findings and recommendations by ministries. Ministry of Energy, Electricity Company of Ghana. Now, share the Auditor General Troy. Point 35. Our review of the company's expenditure. He's talking about ECG. Our review of the company's expenditure as against the approved budget disclosed that the actual expenditure for 13 budget line items amounting to 333.9 million exceeded their budgeted amount of 144 million Ghana cedis. Now, by 189.2 million, we also noted that the excess expenditure was not approved by the company's board. Who was the board chair? AfenyoMarkin. Who was the CEO? Dubik Mahama. All those monies, Sasika Omebosui, over 300 to 144 million Ghana cedis, board Tnaho, and nominee Dubik Mahama, Ekonaivi and Omofasa Skadidiye. AfenyoMarkin was the board chair. Dubik Mahama was the CEO. Now, when you read further, it says this. We also noted that the excess expenditure was not approved by the company's board. We recommended that sanctions under Section 96 of the Public Financial Management Act 2016 Act 921 should be applied to the officers involved. We also urge management to effectively monitor and control the company's expenditure. Point 36. We noted that management did not remit to the Ghana Revenue Authority taxes totaling 70.9 million. No more the GRK under MPP. AfenyoMarkin and a board chair of ECG. No more the GRK 70.9 million. No more taxes. No. AfenyoMarkin was the board chair. Dubik Mahama was the CEO. AfenyoMarkin as the board chair of ECG. They did not pay taxes to GRE 70 million. Now, withheld from the payment for goods, services, works, and commission in 2023, we recommended to management to remit the withheld taxes of 70.9 million to the GRA without further delay and provide evidence for audit verification. Auditor General say right now, no, AfenyoMarkin as the board chair of ECG. Omutu disika over 333 million budget beyond by omushemu na almost 144 million. Ayira. Na dia yakra wum say ECG and the AfenyoMarkin as the board chair and Dubik Mahama the CEO no. Omo ntia taxes ama ECG GRA 70 million. They didn't pay taxes. And the Auditor General instructed Ministry of Energy say omuntia sasika no kofa no wen. Now, John Abujina Ponko for $70 million cities airway and don't go to your taxes. Now, what was say light bill cost. They did not pay. GRA taxes to cry time or more power. As some way 2023. The Auditor General's report now make 2023 now when I see 70 million Ghana cedis taxes. AfenyoMarkin as the board chair of ECG. Dubik Mahama as the CEO, they did not pay taxes to Ghana.
These are people who are supposed to be hanged. You sit here, now in a parliament, an honorable man, a filthy fool like this, a disease of a human being, such a despicable, foolish man like AfenyoMarkin. Emma Ghana for the Esika or your honorable man. Such a fool will be sitting in parliament trying to make laws for us. Kwasia obo police ni asum. Kwasia otumi twan trotto minister so ade che say man kan ye. Kwasia mpanyi we be sitting Ghana na MPP so some asem so. This is the foolishness we are dealing with. Now, so 70 million Ghana cedis now. AfenyoMarkin do big for die no. You say and there some John Atigya Napo NDC are buying be taxes no. Wana sika no de kotia. Uncle Fanway. Mi busamo Ocha mo MPP mwana no busamo the 70 million taxes that mo tia no. John Atigya Napo NDC for 70 million in free. It is not about with all this evidence. So the AG has to go in, but you can't just go in and say, I'm prosecuting. You need to follow the process. You can't just get up and say, AG has the document. AG has to go to court. Do you win these cases in court in one day? No. So let's be realistic for once. As much as the court is basically our problem, delaying cases, we need to be realistic. These are things you can't do in 4 years. You have to keep prosecuting, going to court. You need to keep this party in power for 41 years. All these people rot in jail. 70 million, a whole government. The member of parliament who was a majority leader sitting as the board chair refused to pay taxes to GRA. Kwasia wage in a parliament every day wearing some Vietnam suit. He sat on a board and about 144 million and a 70 million taxes How? Why? No bit was a MPP kasa ntimi kotie. Wait Jimmy. MPP kasa into kotie. The same MPP today is talking about our lights, our energy, and and the MPP way say Kenya wants them. Ochira muhu omo amka say nkwasi afo taxes kura mo dia mote ECG AfenyoMarkin nkwasi at board so taxes they were supposed to pay to Ghana aban no omo ntua almost had the taxes ni gu so okajem say I should listen to MPP Ghana ni bi nkotie MPP kwasi afo we even eti omo we omo enipa Mahamudu Baomia and this nkwasi afo we these are foolish people. And you say don't have any respect for anybody. You say Jimmy. You so be a Jimmy sa bronye. You so be a Jimmy sa chema mutumi. Mumu sa bronye say they no be jina hoye dede ebo midina. Adena on kama asemu biem because Samira kachen so unjai. Kameyi Samira draws achire wo. He mini me mini mono. Na adie bia me be ye mono. Me say adena betra say me beka Samira asam me se Samira me mini me mini mono. Meji Samira le dross every nase achrew. Samira, I'm not done with her. She knows the way I love my kids. She also loves her kids. We will see who take care of their kids. Kameyi the nase dross. Na me just abroad obey the na twaso. Kevin Taylor, obeka Samira sam. Kameyi the dross achrew. Meyi the dross achrew TV so. Asiafo, what is that from? They for bawe. Now AfenyoMarkin, Mumbusa AfenyoMarkin say meet better on the Samira koye about Mieko. What's your for? Mapong. Engineer Hamakase me. Now Bayo Betina so 8 years. Now on one in call for Tifie, Sa Abanu or I do not be too for. Quasiafo. Abaya Betina so 8 years. And then it's a same way, and I just want to talk on this. You have a pack of forecast MB. Yaba Kufuor say, former President Kufuor calls for overhaul of public sector remuneration and higher pay for public servants to curb corruption. Yaba Kufuor say yetia abanwe dwumafoɔ kayia ketahyehyɛ esubetwa. Yaba with all due respect, this statement is fallacious. This statement is fallacy.
And your statement is fallacy of argumentum ad hominem. Who's the uncle school?
Okay, a French.
Fallacy of Latin, fallacy of argumentum ad hominem. It's simple terms. The statement is a fallacy.
Wow.
Fallacious.
Yeah, papa, I couldn't make us a statement in a fallacious and fallacy of argumentum, no, and then say. Obi so for yata beka kire say oni Ghana oni ebeye dwuma onje kapre. Kan oforiata beka kire say oni ebeye dwuma onje kapre and the penipa we bu Ghana pa ye ken oforiata. So it is not about pay nkwa, salary nkwa, and bema corruption every home. You see, sometimes na you for politics into enchain. Sometimes no ayana momemfa eyede partisanship nyoma ento chain. And I respect this statement so much. But you see, with Kufuor's experience in politics, Taiwo Ja a single spine salary. Abrana onim se abana airbano, there was no money. But he left single spine salary at the Kufuor. Say aban workers in Yina NJ a certain salary. The same. And my corruption conform. When Kufuor forcefully, deliberately, at the single spine salary at two a year Atamu Sukuma of free power. Did it make all the workers, or without due respect to the Ghana Police Service or any of the security agencies, did it stop corruption? It didn't. So stopping corruption or the fight against corruption, it's not about a salary increment. No, and intina akoto a glass growth cycle said government institution be sorry strike. It is not about the salary. It is not about how much you are paid. Omo manji pay krampo no finish here. So we need to separate these things. We need to also look at it holistically. When it comes to the fight against corruption, Ebiane say and the independence celebration Jubilee, and I say Flagstaff House. There are some people sitting on TV telling Ghana for say, why should we even have such a small celebration? But these same fools will turn around and say, the government, why is the government overspending? You see. So it is not about salary. It is about reconditioning our mind to understand the say. We need to have a way to make everybody comfortable and to find means to curb corruption. Corruption is part of man, especially where I come from or where you come from. As Yeni Ebi before, no, we are born to be corrupt. Now, no government can eliminate corruption, but what government can do is to find means, find strategies, find ways to make corruption unattractive. And until recently, you see, say people try to induce or people try to when people try to bribe police officers. Then the IGP or tip no investigations, no the police if want to reject it, bribe in the power. Then the IGP will do what? Will promote them. You know, we need to find ways to make people understand to say they can also at a point they can be more patriotic. It is not about a salary. Public servants are supposed to be conditioned. They are supposed to be to understand to say fine, their condition of service is important, but most importantly, a public service. When you are going to work in the public service, you are not supposed to expect to say you are going to be paid like Donald Trump, who has his private business. No. Public servants are not supposed to be looking at a lifestyle, an entrepreneur who has basically gone for loan, who has maybe taken money from their parents, or they inherited some huge amount of money from their parents to build their business. You working in public service, you need to understand to say it's a service. You are not going to get everything that you need. Anything I abanye juma. Because aban is you and I. Yejuma yebeye, the ebeba sono and yebeche, and the abtia hoka. If we lack that discipline to understand, say, me yejuma DVLA, me yejuma Ghana water, me yejuma waha, na metuma yemejuma individually wella. Na ya condition who ya. No amount of salary increment can change corruption in this country. So we should move that conversation of yentua ketium. Before you leave free office, to be kill corruption. When we go back to check the corruption perception index from your time, you will see say pass a single spine salary, and look at my corruption cost. So it is not about the money. The public sector salary, at the end of the day, it is good to pay them well, but we can pay them $1 million. Each public servant, they will still be corrupt. We need to look at Nyomana pushing into those things. There are a lot of things about together. A 2-man kofoya corrupt. Now, what are we doing to stop it? People come to work. We are still using FOSCAP and answer notebooks to log in. We need to stop that. We need to make sure we digitize every login into one. Now we can check exactly who came to work and who didn't come to work. We have to start from somewhere. People's activities at work needs to be documented. You go to a government institution near the notebook at all. Now Obiafro bisa Jack, member until log me in. No, I pen, no, I no, it's not supposed to be like that. So we need to start from somewhere. We need to, because humans are very tricky people. They are very unpredictable. And sometimes, I was say you're finding means to make humans adapt. And it's not Akroma, or America, or UK, or wherever. Unim say, clocking in 8 o'clock. Now clocking in 8:01. Unim say, your boss will know you came to work late. So you are rushing to get to work. And if you clock in late, maybe it might go against that day, the money you make. So we need to start forcing them to adapt to some new kind of system. It is not a salary. We all want good salary. We all want our salary to be increased. But you see, we also have to commit ourselves. We need to submit ourselves for stuff like that, for discipline to work. And I don't agree with this statement, with all due respect, sir. I don't agree with it. I don't agree. This is the time we need to be telling the government to devising strategies to stop the corruption. We need to start from somewhere. It is not about salary. Some from chief directors or government institutions. The chief directors in our institutions. Because and that is what is making a prosecution of political figures difficult in Africa and especially in Ghana. Because majority of the criminality, the signing, the green light is given by the chief directors in government institutions. Into politician, you're the neighbor, you're minister of this agency or this institution. Politician, the chief director will have to sign. Now, what politician now, Obaka say, menyashi. Now you have to start their investigations all the way down. How the papers came together for the politicians, for the chief director. So you will see, sir, the politician, he is there as a figure who is basically learning from the career civil servants. Your biggest problem in Ghana when it comes to corruption is the career civil servants. Majority of them are criminals, especially on more managerial level. And when I see an equal, those are the people we need to watch. The chief directors, chief financial controller, chief what. Those are the criminals. Those are the ones doing the job for the politicians. Those are the ones helping the politicians to steal from us. So we need to devise ways. Now we go down. We make sure every government institution, you log in digitally. You need to use your kokromoti to log in. We should stop that idea of come and write. No. You log in at this time after 5 minutes of grace period. Say, Juma 8 o'clock. Now, amount grace period 5 minutes. That's one login. Oh, login 8:06. You will not be logged in. You have to go home. Meaning, you will not be paid that day. A saving government sika. So, also, Juma 8:05. Now, Juma 8:10. Oh, login. It will show red. Your fingerprint will not be captured because amount grace period of 5 minutes more. When to you have to go home. Basana, when it happens 11 times, automatically you are sacked yourself.
Okay, abusuya we ne ensema ekoso e political highway so Alexander Kwame na AfenyoMarkin ne honsem ene yede bremo e ECG Auditor General's report eguso drop update eguso mam unsubscribe ya subscribe na hit on the notification bell so na any update be drop no wonsa ebetumi akabi gossip politics TV so na nyoma bi nso okoso e political highway so abusuya mun stay tuned ya be drop any update be e de awa ha e de amamwa enye asam keto akra medamase.